Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Shivam Batra and today we will do exercise 5.3 of class 8 maths. So in this exercise we will talk about the term probability. That is very much interesting topic because we can easily relate this topic into our daily lives. So in our daily lives we come across various events where we talk about possibility or chances of happening something. Clear? For example, we will talk about whether it will rain today or not. Before starting a match, we will toss a coin. So the outcome will be head or tail. By throwing a die, what will be the outcome? Whether it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6. We will take a card from well shuffled pack of 52 cards. So what will be the outcome? So these all possibilities we come across in our daily lives. But whenever we talk about the chances and happening of something mathematically, this is called the probability. So we will talk about probability today. So first of all, the term which we come across is random experiment. Now what is random experiment? Random experiment means that experiment in which the outcome of the present experiment doesn't depend on the previous outcome. For example, if we toss a coin, so we know that there are only two possibilities. One is head and other is tail. H refers to head and T means tails. Clear? So suppose you toss the coin and you get a head. Another time you toss a coin, that the outcome in that case will not depend on the outcome in the previous case. For example, in the first toss of the coin, the outcome is head. So the outcome in the next toss can be head or tail. Similarly, in the next it can be again head or tail. But you can't say that the previous outcome was head, so chances of getting a head is more. So the next outcome will again a head. So the outcome in the second case doesn't depend on the first case. So these type of experiment in which the outcome in the present experiment doesn't depend on the previous outcome, this is called random experiment. The best example is tossing a coin. So before starting every match, generally we toss a coin to decide, suppose in a cricket match, who will bat first or who will bowl first. So tossing a coin is taken as a great example of random experiment here. Clear everyone? Next, I already told you, whenever we talk about the chances or happening of something mathematically, we call it as probability. And whatever experiment we are doing, suppose we want to calculate the chances of getting a head in a tossing a coin, then getting a head will be treated as a event here. If we are talking about getting tail in a coin, then getting a tail is considered as a event here. So for example, in a die we want to get a 6, so getting a 6 is again considered as a event. So whatever we are talking in the random experiment, that case becomes the event there. So if we want to calculate the probability mathematically, so there is a formula to calculate probability, that is number of favorable outcomes upon total outcomes. Clear? Now total outcomes means whatever the possibilities are there in that experiment. For example, in tossing a coin, there are two possibilities, that is head or tail, and we again throw a dice. So there are 6 possibilities, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6. So in again, if we take well shuffled pack of 52 cards, so there are 4 type of cards here. One is spade. There are total 13 spades. Diamond 13. Hearts 13 and last clubs. 13. So there are total 52 cards here. 13 are spade of black color, 13 diamond red color, 13 of hearts red color, and 13 are clubs again black color. So there are total 2 type of cards, red and black, and 4 types of cards in this black and red category: diamond, spade, hearts, and club. So whatever card we will get, that will be the outcome here. So there are total 4 type of outcomes here: spade, diamond, heart, clubs. Clear everyone? So whatever the experiment we are taking, the total number of outcomes are taken here in the denominator. Now what is number of favorable outcome? If we are talking about getting a head, so getting outcomes of getting head becomes favorable here. If we are talking about getting a tail, then getting a tail will become favorable here. So in a die also, if we want to take the outcome of getting a odd number, so getting odd number will be our favorable. So whatever the event we are talking about, that will become the favorable here. So probability is calculated as number of favorable outcomes divided by total outcomes. So this is the mathematical formula to calculate the probability, or we can simply say the chances of happening or getting some outcome in a random experiment. So see the question number 1 of exercise 5.3. We are given 2 cases here. One is spinning a wheel, in which the alphabets are written here, and second one is tossing a coin, 2 coins together. So in one coin the outcomes are head and tail. Now we will talk about when 2 coins are thrown simultaneously. Clear? So spinning a wheel, let us see the first part here. So we have to tell the list the outcomes here. What are the outcomes here? So there are in total 4 type of outcomes we can see: A, B, C, and D. So we can see that A is repeating twice. So whenever we list the outcomes, we write repeating outcomes just once. Here, so here we have to calculate the different types of outcomes we can get here. So outcomes here can be A, B, C, and D. So these are the possibilities which are there in spinning a wheel in this case. Next, tossing 2 coins together. We know that whenever one coin is tossed, the outcomes are head and tail. Now we have to toss 2 coins together. So suppose first coin is tossed, the outcome is head. So the outcome on the second coin can be head, or the first outcome is head, the second outcome can be tail also. So whenever the first outcome is head, there are 2 possibilities: second outcome can be head and second outcome can be tail also. So this will be read as HH, HT. H means, first H means head on the first coin, this H means head on the second coin. Head on the first coin, tail on the second coin. Now the first outcome can be tail also, and the next outcome, this outcome on the second coin, can be head or it can be tail. So this will be tail on the first coin, head on the second coin. Tail on the first coin, tail on the second coin. So there are total 4 possibilities here: HH, head on both the coins; H tail, head on first coin, tail on the second coin; tail head, tail on the first coin, head on the second coin; and tail, both the coins getting outcome tail. So this is how we calculate the total outcomes in a particular case. So this was question number 1. Now see the question number 2 here. When a die is thrown, list the outcomes of the event of getting. There are 4 cases here. So we know that whenever a die is thrown, there are total 6 possibilities: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. These are the possibilities which are there in a throwing of a dice. Clear? Now we have to list the outcomes here of getting a prime number. So getting a prime number here, see how many prime numbers are there in 1 to 6. Prime numbers are those which have only two factors, 1 and the number itself. So in total there are 3 prime numbers here, 2, 3 and 5. So we have to list the outcomes of getting a prime number. So outcomes will be 2, 3 and 5. Clear? Second one is not a prime number. These 3 are prime numbers, so rest of the numbers 1, 4 and 6. 1, 4, 6. These are the outcomes for getting a non-prime number. Next, a number greater than 5. So number greater than 5. See, there is only one number which is greater than 5. So there will be a single outcome here, that is 6. A number not greater than 5. The number should be not greater than 5. That is, the number is less than 5. So there are total 4 possibilities. 1, 2, 3 and 4. So out of these are the total outcomes here. And out of these total outcomes, 4 events are given here, and we have listed the total number of outcomes in each case. Now we will take question number 6 after second, because this is related to question number 2. The question is same here. All the events are given. Now we have to calculate here we have just listed the outcomes, but in question number 6 we have to calculate the probability in each of these cases. Clear everyone? So in first case, now we know that total outcomes are, first let us write the total outcomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So there are in total 6 total outcomes. Yes, total number of outcomes are 6 here. So first of all we have to calculate probability of getting a prime number. This is written as P of prime number. This is read as probability of getting a prime number. And the formula for calculating the probability is number of favorable outcomes upon total outcomes. Now what we have to calculate? Probability of getting a prime number. So getting a prime number will be our favorable event here. So there are in total 3 outcomes here of getting prime number. So number of favorable outcomes are 3. But how many total outcomes are there? Total outcomes are 6. So this will be equal to 1 by 2. So probability of getting a prime number is 1 by 2 in the single throw of a die. Second, probability of not a prime number now. Now getting not a prime number is favorable for us. So calculate the total number of outcomes here. There are total 3 outcomes here. So probability of not a prime number will be 3 by 6, that is again 1 by 2. So in short we can say that there are 50-50 chances. 1 by 2 means 0.5 and in percentage it will be 50%. So there are 50-50% chances that the number will be a prime number or it will be not a prime number. Third, probability of number greater than 5. Number greater than 5. So now getting a number greater than 5 is favorable for us. So how many outcomes are there? Only one outcome. So the probability will be 1 by 6. Number of favorable outcomes upon total outcomes. Next, the last part is probability of number not greater than 5. That means number will be less than 5. So how many outcomes are there? 4. So probability will be 4 by 6. That is 2 by 3. Clear? So this is how, first of all, to calculate the probability we have to list the total number of outcomes. Now then the outcomes for each event. For example, we have listed here outcomes for each event, and after that we will apply the formula of probability favorable outcomes upon total outcomes. So this was question number 2 and question number 6. Now see question number 3, first part here. This is the same spinning page which we have discussed in question number 1. There we only listed the outcomes, but now we have to calculate the probability. So to calculate the probability, total outcomes. What are the total outcomes here? A, B, C and D. Clear? So here we can see that there are total 5 parts here in this spinning wheel. Whenever we have to list the outcomes, we don't write the repetition part, we just list the outcome once. But whenever we are talking about the total outcomes, then we have to write all the outcomes here. So A will be written twice here. So in total there are 5 outcomes here. 2 A's, D, C and B. Now we have to calculate probability of getting D. So we will calculate now. Getting D is favorable for us, and how many D's are here? There is 1 D here total, and total outcomes are 5. So probability will be 1 by 5. Favorable upon total. Clear? Second part is probability of getting an ace from a well shuffled deck of 52 playing cards. So total cards are 52. So what is ace? The card of A, which we call as Ikka. Clear? So getting a ace here, how many total ace are there? So total aces are 4. 1 ace is of diamond, 1 ace is of spade, 1 is of club and 1 is of heart. So there are total 4 aces here. Clear? Now we have to calculate probability of getting ace. So getting ace is favorable now, and how many aces are there? 4. Number of favorable outcomes upon total 52. That is 1 by 13. So this was second part. Similarly, we can calculate probability of getting king, queen. There are total 4 kings, 4 queens, 4 jacks. Clear? Getting probability of spade. There are total 13 spades, so 13 by 52. In this form, we can getting probability whatever is asked in the question. And the C part is probability of getting a red apple. So there is a box here, and different apples are given. Green apple, red apple, red apple, red, green, R, and last is green. So how many total apples are there? Total apples are 7, and red apples are there 4. So probability of getting a red apple will be 4 by 7. Favorable outcomes upon total outcomes. Similarly, we can calculate probability of getting green apple. Green apple are total 3, so probability will be 3 by 7. So this was question number 3. Now question number 4. So there are total 10 slips in a box on which numbers are written from 1 to 10. So in total there are 10 slips. Total outcomes are 10 here. Now we have to calculate probability of getting a number 6. To calculate how many 6 are there in the total outcome. So there is only 1 6 here. So probability will be 1 by 10. Favorable outcome, that is a single outcome is there, upon total outcomes, that is 10 here. Now getting a number less than 6. So calculate how many numbers are there less than 6. So there are in total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 numbers are there. So probability will be 5 by 10, that is 1 by 2. Getting a number greater than 6. So how many numbers are greater than 6? 7, 8, 9, 10, 4. So 4 by 10, that is 2 by 5. And getting a 1-digit number. How many 1-digit numbers are there? So only 10 is a 2-digit number, otherwise all the numbers are 1 digit. So the probability will be 9 by 10. So this is very simple how to calculate probability. Just we have to apply the formula, number of favorable outcomes upon total outcomes. This was question number 4. So now see the question number 5 here. in a circle there are on a spinning wheel there are 3 green sectors. We know what is a sector on a circle. This portion is a sector here. We have studied in the pie chart here. So there are total 3 green sectors, 1 blue sector and 1 red sector. So how many total sectors are there? 5. So this will be our number of total outcomes. Now we have to calculate probability of a green sector. So calculate how many green sectors are there? 3. So now getting a green sector will be favorable for us. So this will be 3 upon total, that is 5. Next is probability of non-blue sector. So non-blue means the sector can be green or it can be red. So only one is blue here. So non-blue are green plus red, that is 3 plus 1 4. So non-blue will be, probability will be 4 by 5. So this was all about exercise 5.3, how to calculate probability in a particular event. So in the next video we will start chapter number 8, comparing quantities. Till then, like, subscribe and share. Thank you.